All right, everybody, welcome back into the Buckeye Racing Network. Looks like some things did work out for the League of Outlaws broadcast here tonight, so we are going to have it live for you. Here, practice session / qualifying session is just about to wrap up. 7 drivers have taken a time. Up at the top of the leaderboard is the 65 machine of James Murphy with a lap time of 15.14 seconds. Tyler Bickford second at a 15.18. James Murphy third at a 15.20. A.J. Hunsinger fourth at a 15.24. Thomas Levister fifth at a 15.28. Jackson Whittington sixth at a 15.30. And Trevor Doyle seventh at a 15.48. I'm Tyler Bentley. Tim Henderson along with me once again in the booth. Tim, how are you doing after that Truckers Tangle race?
I am doing great. Just fantastic.
Yeah, we had quite an event that we broadcasted just a little bit earlier in the evening. Now we have the League of Outlaws race here, the Icebreaker 25 here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Practice / qualifying session is coming to a close. Looks like we are going to have 2 heat races. Here in heat race number 1, it's going to be A.J. Hunsinger and Gavin Jodlin on the front row. Row 2 is going to be James Murphy and Thomas Levister. 8 laps the distance. We don't have to worry about any transfer spots. These drivers just getting a little tune-up in here before we kick off tonight's feature event. Everybody has gridded up but A.J. Hunsinger. Just waiting on him. Once he grids, we will begin to roll under the pace laps. Here again, first race of this brand new season for the League of Outlaws. A pretty big points season. I think there's about 22-ish weeks in total. That runs from now all the way into the springtime of 2025. And I know I looked at the schedule here earlier this week, and they've got they've got 2 big events planned. I know that. As the pace truck is off, green flag is in the air. We are racing in Heat 1. I forgot how quick the pace laps are here. I think there was only 1. Nonetheless, A.J. Hunsinger leads the way on the inside line. On the outside is James Murphy, trying to see if he can work his way up there to challenge Hunsinger. Thomas Levister, Gavin Jodlin just bumped a little bit there entering turn 1. But things settle down there, and James Murphy is on the chase to heat race leader A.J. Hunsinger. Hunsinger down low, Murphy up to the top shelf. And Murphy is there. But Hunsinger holding strong there, kind of in the middle of the racetrack up to this point. James Murphy's still going to be wheeling it up on the high side. Now A.J. Hunsinger is going to slide up and try to block off James Murphy just a little bit. As I say that, he moves his way all the way down to the inside. Thomas Levister trying to creep into the picture for the race lead here in third, as he is just seeing exactly what James and A.J. do in front of him. I'll tell you what, Tim, A.J. is holding strong in front of James Murphy as we come to 2 laps to go in Heat 1.
Yeah, but is he going to be able to hold off James for the next 2.5 laps? As they are now side by side going into 3. Hunsinger bottom, Murphy up high. They're still drag racing out of 2. This one, they're coming to the checkers this lap. Wow,
What a close finish at the line.
Got it.
On my timing and scoring, they have James Murphy winning by 0.05, 0.05 of a second over AJ Hunsinger at the line. What a finish on heat race number 1 between James Murphy and AJ Hunsinger. Starting lineup here for heat race number 2 of the night is going to be Trevor Doyle and Jackson Whittington on row 1. Jared Murphy and Tyler Bickford will be row number 2. Again, 8 laps the distance in this heat. Kind of a quick practice session for things to come later on in our 25-lap feature. In the first points-paying race of this new League of Outlaws season. As I said, or was trying to say before we kick things off in Heat 1, they do have a Spring Nationals event planned and a Super Nationals event upcoming in this schedule. The Super Nationals coming up later on this year and the Spring Nationals next spring. Tim, how about you get us going in Heat 2?
Alrighty, we're going to have Trevor Doyle fire us off through 1 and 2. They're just about almost 3 wide for second. They are maybe 3 wide for second. No, you're going to have Jackson Whittington, who reclaims that second position, and he's going to be under fire from Bickford as Jared Murphy looks to the inside and hopefully just squeeze by the 2 of these guys ahead of them.
As you say that, look at Bickford up on the top shelf trying to make something happen. He passes Whittington and Jared Murphy. He sets his sights forward on the 024 machine of Trevor Doyle. 3 laps in the books, 5 still to go. Now Jared Murphy and Jackson Whittington up to the top shelf to follow Bickford. Bickford is adjusting his line, kind of following Trevor Doyle. This time Doyle low, Bickford up high. We'll see what happens out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Bickford is close enough. He just may be waiting for a slip up from Trevor Doyle. Jared Murphy trying to get up there and mix it up with these 2 in the closing laps of this heat. Two to go in Heat 2. I think Bickford's going to get there, and I think he's going to be there out of turn 2. This time is drag racing into 3. Bickford with the advantage up on the outside. Flagman waving the white flag. Bickford leading the way. Now Jared Murphy has a peek to the inside of Trevor Doyle, as that's going to be a battle for second place. But out of turn number 4, Tyler Bickford wins Heat 2. Jared Murphy squeezes Trevor Doyle on the exit of 4 to take second, move Trevor Doyle back to 3rd, and Jackson Whittington crosses the line there in 4th. That was crazy, Tim.
Yeah, yes it was.
Again, don't have to worry about any consolation races here tonight. 5 minutes on the clock in our warm-up session. All the drivers are going to head out onto the racetrack to work it in some more before we kick off the feature event. Here tonight. Again, thank you to all the sponsors here for the League of Outlaws. You see those scrolling in the top right of the broadcast, all broadcast long. Now we're going to step away and get a word from our sponsor here on the Buckeye Racing Network with Premier Racing Setups. We will be right back. All right, everybody, welcome back in here. Our warm-up session is coming to a close. Just 40 seconds remain here. James Murphy and AJ Hunsinger top of the board with a 15:39 and a 15:40 lap time, respectively. You see, they've kind of used this warm-up session to work in the racetrack just a little bit more. Definitely can see the slick areas coming through in that dirt. First points paying race of this new season. Who is going to leave here tonight with the points lead and the first feature win of this brand new season? If you're watching along with us here on the Buckeye Racing Network, let us know in the chat who you think is going to bring home the checkered flag here tonight at Cedar Lake. All right, with that being said, let's take a look at the starting lineup here for our feature race. On row number 1 is going to be James Murphy and Tyler Bickford. Row 2, AJ Hunsinger and Jared Murphy. Row 3, Thomas Levister and Trevor Doyle. Row 4 is going to be Gavin Jodlin and Jackson Whittington. 25 laps the distance. As we saw last season, Jared Murphy was the dominant car most all of last season and took home the championship there. Let's see if he's going to be able to repeat this season. A long way to go, though. But it seems like week in, week out, he is the most consistent car with the League of Outlaws. Tyler Bickford's got a very good piece here tonight as well. It'll be fun to watch Bickford and Murphy battle it out here. Tim, who do you got your eye on?
You got to keep your eye on everyone here, but you know, I think I'm going to keep my eye on our second place starter here, Tyler Bickford.
Yeah, I like that pick. Bickford seemed to have a pretty good car, pretty good feel for Cedar Lake here tonight. I'm going to keep my eye on league owner AJ Hunsinger in that 33 ESD machine on the inside of row number 2. Pace truck is going to speed off. 2 by 2, green flag is in the air. We're rocking and rolling from Cedar Lake for 25 laps. Murphy up high, followed by Bickford. They're in second. AJ Hunsinger's trying to complete that pass on the inside of Jared Murphy for that third place position, and they're still going to be battling hard out at turn 4 for lap number 1. Kind of surprised to see most everybody running the outside line this early on. As Murphy's going to try to stretch that advantage over the second place runner of Tyler Bickford. Looks like AJ Hunsinger finally did complete that pass on Jared Murphy. He moves into third. Jared Murphy back to fourth. Then Thomas Levister in fifth, following close behind. Then you have Jackson Whittington on the inside of the racetrack there at 6th, 7th to Gavin Jodlin, 8th back there to Trevor Doyle. Back up front, 0.3 of a second between James Murphy and Tyler Bickford. Murphy just edges out another 10th there down the back straightaway as AJ Hunsinger is going to be back under fire from Jared Murphy. Hunsinger committed to the inside, Jared Murphy up on the cushion. Now AJ slides up in front of him to try to block that run out of turn 4. But now Jared Murphy is going to move to the inside. He says, okay, you blocked me up high. I'm going to move down to the bottom. See if I can complete this pass. Side-by-side drag racing down the front straightaway. Wow, AJ Hunsinger all the way up. I think the right rear of his car touched the outside wall. there through 1 and 2 as they touch wheels across the line, and it has been a never-ending battle these first 8 laps for Jared Murphy and AJ Hunsinger. Now Jared Murphy slides across Hunsinger's nose. AJ's going to turn it back underneath of him and try to do the same maybe in 1 and 2 this time. And they're not going to be able to there. Now move Jared Murphy into position 3. AJ Hunsinger back to 4th, back up front. Still the same gap between James Murphy and Tyler Bickford as they continue to run 1-2. They have about a second over third place Jared Murphy. AJ Hunsinger there in 4th, trying to battle his way back around Jared Murphy here. Jackson Whittington just ran the fastest lap of this feature event with a lap time of 15.41 seconds. He's currently back there in the 6th spot. Let's see what he's able to do here as we're closing in on the halfway point. This time, just 12 laps to go.
Bickford looking to the inside in 3 and 4, trying to make the pass on our leader, James Murphy.
And he's looking low now, Tim.
Yep, he does it again. He's able to close the gap. He's just, oh, he hits the wall, but he keeps it going, and he's didn't lose much momentum, if any at all.
He is still right there, 10 laps to go, putting the pressure on James Murphy. James Murphy cannot make a mistake. Tyler Bickford will be there to pounce all over it. Meanwhile, Jared Murphy can only watch as he's still just over a second back of our front 2 here. Man, Bickford is really applying the pressure. He takes a peek to the inside of James Murphy, this time out of turn 4. Not able to complete that pass and follows him on the outside through 1 and 2.
Bickford is all over him. Just not able to get side by side. He just needs something to give way on that 65 machine. Just a little mistake is all he's looking for. As long as he can get side by side, he's got the first step done.
Yeah, absolutely. He is giving James Murphy all he can handle. Definitely taking every chance, every peek he can at James Murphy. James Murphy fends off that charge once again. 5 laps to go. Jared Murphy creeping just ever so slightly into the picture, still about a second back, but he has picked up a little bit of time from Bickford and his brother James battling side by side just in front. Now 4 laps to go. Tim, it looks like James is just running that perfect line to where Bickford cannot get the run he wants out of turn 4 to try to make the pass on James. See, Bickford's going to enter really low. James is going to be running the middle line, and it doesn't allow Bickford to slide up too much, and that's what's keeping Tyler Bickford at bay there in second. Jared Murphy eats away at the advantage a little bit more. This time, though, the white flag is going to be displayed just one more time around.
Bickford got a lot closer to completing that pass right there. Just not enough. Again, as Murphy goes low, Jared goes low, Bickford up high, using the momentum, not enough. James Murphy will win the race.
What a run for James Murphy, holding back Tyler Bickford. Bickford tried anything and everything to complete that pass, and Jared Murphy rounds out our podium. We'll get to talk to our top 3 here in just a moment. We're going to take a look at our official results. We talked about our top three. Fourth is going to go to A.J. Hunsinger, 2.7 seconds back. Fifth to Thomas Levister at 3.3 seconds back. Sixth to Jackson Whittington at 4.3. And seventh to Gavin Jodlin at 8.2 seconds back. And Trevor Doyle's going to finish eighth, a couple laps down. I think he had an issue there and had to take his car behind the pit wall. Without further ado, we're going to kick off tonight's interviews talking to our third place finisher, Jared Murphy. Hey, Jared, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, you bring that car home in the third place position here tonight. It looks like they're towards the second half of the feature and in the closing laps. You saw Bickford and your brother James battling side by side lap after lap, and you slowly ate away at that advantage and was able to beat right there in the closing laps. What else did you need? Just maybe a couple more laps to try to challenge your brother for that win?
Yeah, I needed about 10 more laps. I was flying there at the end. I don't know if it was just James was holding them up or I don't know. I just was hitting the line that good, but it was fun.
Absolutely. A good way to kick off this brand new season here with the League of Outlaws. Tim, do you have anything to ask Jared?
Yeah, we just seen you in the Pro 2 event. Did that make any difference? Did you have to get used to this car again after driving that?
Not really. They drive completely different. I'm always seem to be pretty good at UMPs. And that truck race, I had a rough going in that truck race, but good to have a good run here tonight.
It absolutely is, Jared. Before we let you go, anybody you need to thank for tonight's efforts?
I'd like to thank y'all for the broadcast, everybody at the League of Outlaws, Talking Dirt. And I want to say sorry to Trevor Doyle for absolutely walling him in that heat race.
All right, Jared. Well, again, congratulations there on that third place finish. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank y'all.
All right, now we'll get a word in with tonight's second place finisher, Tyler Bickford. Hey, Tyler, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, you bring that car home in second place tonight, but you gave James Murphy all he could handle with challenging him, giving him a mere full year tonight. What a great battle you two had. Anything you could have done differently to try to complete that pass?
I don't know. I guess I could have tried a different line, but I had such good groove going. I didn't want to move. I'm happy with second. James is one hell of a driver. So is everybody in this league is, but I'll take second any day.
Absolutely a great way to start this brand new season. Tim, do you have anything to ask Tyler?
Yeah, if there was anything different that you could have done, what would it have been to just battle and get ahead of James?
Probably just get a better start on the initial start. Kind of slacked off there, and he was able to get up to the top instantly. So I feel like I probably could have just got a better start, and it would have been closer.
Yeah, for sure. Tyler, who do you need to thank tonight for this effort?
I gotta thank you guys for broadcasting, League of Outlaws for putting it on, East Coast Sim Sports for having me on the team, and anybody else that supports me.
All right. Well, again, great run, great start to the season for you here tonight, Tyler. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you.
All right. Let's move on and talk to our race winner, James Murphy. Hey, James, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, James, coming home victorious, picking up right where you left off at the end of last season. You come into race one here at Cedar Lake, take home the checkered flag, but not without a little bit of trials and tribulations as you had to battle Tyler Bickford there in the closing laps and hold him off to bring home the checkered flag.
Yeah, I was lucky to get a decent draw in my heat race and was able to win it and start on pole, which helped a lot. I was like a sitting duck up there in the front. I didn't know what they were doing. I was just guessing that I was running the right line, and I was able to hold them off.
Absolutely, you sure did, and brought home the win here tonight. Tim, do you have anything to ask James?
Yeah, two great. Yeah, two great races. How do you feel?
It always feels good when you end up on the podium. I mean, I had speed in both races, and that's all you can really ask for.
Yeah, that's for sure. Again, the event earlier tonight, the Truckers Tangled event on the podium, and you win here tonight with the League of Outlaws. Anybody you need to thank for this effort here?
Thank y'all for broadcasting it, and everybody with League of Outlaws and Talking Dirt.
All right, James, again, big congrats on the opening win here in this season. We'll let you celebrate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, that's going to conclude our interviews here tonight. That's going to put a close to race number 1 in this new season for the League of Outlaws. Tim, any closing thoughts from you here tonight?
Yeah, just a awesome night for racing. What is this? Like very few times, if not close to our first time doing a doubleheader.
Yeah, I believe this is our first time doing a doubleheader in one night on the Buckeye Racing Network, so a brand new experience for us, but it has been fun. A great event with Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions there with the Truckers Tangle 40 at Lincoln, and the opening race in this new season with the League of Outlaws IMCA Modified Division here at Cedar Lake. Again, tomorrow night we will be live at 8 o'clock Eastern Time for Race 2 with the Regal Promotions Esports 360 Harvest Cup. Come on out, hang out with us here on the Buckeye Racing Network, and enjoy the fun of race number 2 for that series. But that's going to do it for us here tonight. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night.